I'm pretty sure this movie takes place in 1 month. That month, No Shave November. Seriously, look at that shit. If anyone in November can reach beard magnitude Moses, you win life. That's why I grow my hair out, because I can't do that. Exodus, Gods and Kings. So Exodus, Gods and Kings is a telling of the story of Exodus. You know, Moses and Pharaoh let my people go, plagues of Egypt, parting of the Red Sea, more beards, you know, you've heard it, you get it. In this movie, Christian Bale plays Moses and Joel Edgerton or Edgerton, I've heard both. Joel plays Ramses. Christian Bale's like a brother to him, and then he does something, gets booted out of his kingdom, finds another group of people to hang out with, and then God's like, hey, you gotta go back there and get my people out of there. And I was really digging this movie as this movie was going along. I was like, all right, I like it. I like Christian Bale. I like Joel Edgerton. I like them together. Ramses in this movie's kind of a brat, let's be honest. He's kind of a dick, you know? Like, Moses is that guy you're like, oh yeah, you should be running Egypt. Ramses in this movie is like the spoiled kid who will end up running the place. You're like, not that brat. The scope of this movie is enormous. You look around, you're like, yes, that's why I wanted to see this movie. That's why I wanted to see a modern telling of the story of Moses. Because Egypt is gonna look big and grand, which is what Egypt was. They were not modest by any stretch of the imagination. It's good to see that on screen. You really felt it. And I love Christian Bale's portrayal of Moses in this movie. Moses is not what you think he's gonna be. He's not like, Ramses, let my people go. Yes, I have unshaking faith. I am a rock. No, he's really human. You can tell he does not want to go and do this thing, but he has to. Even when he's there and the plagues of Egypt are hitting, he's like, can we stop? Like, good people are in the crossfires. This is kind of a dick move. Don't do this. I like the fact that he's not just black or white. He's in that shade of gray where a lot of us live. And the plagues looked awesome in this movie. They tried to do that thing, kind of like Hilary Swank in that, well, I forgot what movie it was. There's a movie where Hilary Swank is this investigator investigating this paranormal thing. She doesn't believe in the paranormal, and she spouts out all of the plagues of Egypt scientifically, how they would have happened. And that's what this movie does. So it kind of makes it accessible. You're like, oh, God's using science. Oh, that's cool. And I do feel like there was a wasted opportunity with Moses and Ramses. You know, like they're like brothers at the beginning of the movie, and then he goes away, and then he comes back, and he has words with them, and then really, they never have a face-to-face until it's all ending. It would have been great for these two characters to have dialogue together so you can see their brotherhood just being torn in half. It would have kept you engaged in the movie more. And ultimately, the parting of the Red Sea in a movie like this is supposed to be the big send-off. First, let's show boom, and the sea parts, and it's supposed to be this grand, like, oh my God, we win life. No Shave November style, we did it. But after the plagues, it's like, oh, plagues, and everything looks scary because the plagues are just really vile in this movie, and even a cliff falls in half. Then you get to the sea, and it's kind of like, it's this underwhelming thing, comparatively speaking, to all the other events that have happened in this movie leading up to the parting of the sea. In the end, Exodus, Gods and Kings had great performances. I thought Christian Bale was great. Joel Edgerton was great. I'm gonna say Edgerton. I love the epic scope of it. Egypt has never looked better or more grand. The plagues were great. They were frightening. I loved how they did it. But it did have some missed opportunities with Moses and Ramses, and the parting of the sea. The end of the movie was kind of underwhelming. You can feel the movie still chugging along, and you're like, all right, you're checking your watch. You're like, now you can end. Just end. You can feel it. It's like you're at a comedy club and that light in the back's flashing like, all right, man, wrap it up. Wrap. I can't do that at the same. That's hard. In the end, I had a good time with it, and it was an interesting take on the Moses story. So I will say Exodus, Gods and Kings is a good time. No alcohol required. Or so Exodus, Gods and Kings. Have you seen it? What did you think about it? It's like Prince of Egypt better? You did. Whatever you think, comment below. Let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.